adrenaline junkies. Welcome to Police Pursuit. Today we launch a new fresh series when people messed with the wrong cops. Every reckless choice flips on instant justice. Buckle up. Let's roll right now, folks. At around 6:38 a.m. on April 10, 2020, Troop H assisted in a pursuit of a black pickup that had run red lights and passed vehicles on the shoulder of U.S. Highway 71. The chase, initiated near Ingersoll Circle, involved multiple agencies as the suspect drove aggressively at high speeds. After evading an earlier attempt, the pursuit ended when a trooper executed a pit maneuver near Ben Guerin Park, leading to a crash. The suspect sustained fatal injuries, bringing the dangerous incident to a close. On February 6, 2021, at approximately 11:53 a.m., a Georgia State Patrol trooper was assisting with a traffic incident in Madison when notified of a fleeing vehicle heading west on Interstate 20. The suspect, driving a blue Ford Crown Victoria, had already rammed multiple units and was traveling at high speed toward the trooper's location. The trooper joined the pursuit near mile marker 113 as a Greene County unit followed closely behind. Due to the suspect's aggressive behavior and the risk of entering more populated areas, the trooper took primary position and prepared for intervention. As the vehicles passed under Brownwood Road, a pit maneuver was executed, successfully spinning the Crown Victoria out of control.
Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands! All doors look locked.
The vehicle struck a guardrail, crossed multiple lanes, and came to rest in the median. Officers approached cautiously due to heavily tinted windows, which prevented visibility inside. Repeated commands were issued, but no response was given, forcing officers to break the driver's window to gain visual contact. A firearm was then observed inside, escalating the situation significantly.
Show me your hands! They're moving, but I can't see what they're doing to the tent.
Here, break it, I got your shoulder. Show me your fucking hands!
Show me your hands!
Moments later, a gunshot was heard from within the vehicle, prompting officers to immediately return fire in response to the perceived threat. The rapid escalation highlighted the danger officers faced during the encounter.
Show me your hand! He's got a gun!
You got a gun? Drop it! Show me your fucking hands now!
He shot. Shots fired. You see? Watch that gun.
The suspect was quickly removed from the vehicle, secured, and provided medical aid before being transported to a hospital. The incident was later handed over to investigators for further review. A pursuit began after a black Harley-Davidson motorcycle illegally passed another vehicle in a no-passing zone at high speed. When officers attempted a traffic stop, the rider refused to comply, prompting a chase due to the reckless and dangerous behavior. The motorcyclist continued to evade, creating risks for surrounding traffic. Officers maintained a controlled pursuit, prioritizing safety while monitoring the suspect's movements and waiting for an opportunity to safely end the situation. Officers moved in quickly, rushing the stop and closing distance without hesitation. The sudden approach left the suspect with no time to react, showing how decisive, aggressive action can immediately overwhelm and end resistance in high-risk situations.
I'm gonna give up! Damn, I'm gonna give up! Tell you to work, dumbass! Over!
Eventually, the rider slowed and entered a grassy area, where he came to a stop and was safely apprehended without further incident. He was taken into custody and now faces charges including reckless driving, fleeing from law enforcement, and driving with a suspended license.
Under the influence, gray sweater.
In Sun Valley, California, on May 26, 2025, a fatal crash occurred involving an LAPD patrol vehicle and a civilian car on West Side Street. Officers were responding to a call when a vehicle suddenly turned left onto Cleon Avenue, directly into the path of the eastbound patrol unit. The impact struck the driver's side, trapping 91-year-old Jose inside the vehicle. Firefighters used hydraulic tools to extricate him, but despite their efforts, he was pronounced dead at the scene. Friends later shared that he had just picked up desserts for his family, continuing a long-standing tradition.
You're good?
The two officers sustained non-life-threatening injuries and were taken to a local hospital. Body camera footage released by LAPD confirmed the sequence of events surrounding the crash. On March 6, 2024, around 8 a.m., Thurston County deputies attempted a traffic stop near Rich Road Southeast. While the passenger exited, the 29-year-old driver gave a false name and suddenly fled, initiating a pursuit for suspected DUI.
Give us a code 10, I'm gonna spike it. Catching up to you guys, I'll call it. Copy. We're just passing 25th Avenue right now. Yep, number 3 right behind you guys. Past mile marker 4.5 on the trail.
The suspect sped through Lacey and onto the Chehalis Western Trail at over 60 miles per hour, forcing pedestrians to move aside as emergency lights and sirens signaled the growing danger. The situation quickly escalated as the driver continued reckless maneuvers.
On 26. 36 is going for pit. Good pit, good pit.
Eastbound 36, good pit.
CDI.
And
Good pit.
Eastbound 36, good pit.
A well-timed pit maneuver on 26th Avenue Northeast spun the truck into a muddy field. The suspect then reversed into a driveway, striking an unoccupied trailer. As he attempted to flee again, a deputy pinned the vehicle. When he refused to comply, officers broke a window and used a taser to detain him.
Show us your hands!
Get out of the fucking car now! Hands are up! Show me your hands! Open the door!
Turn the keys! Yeah, I got his hands. I got his. He's trying to start it again. Pull open his door. Pull open his door. 5'9". He's not going anywhere. He's locked in, but he's trying to start it again. 5'9". He's just
A search revealed drug paraphernalia inside the vehicle. The suspect also caused a minor crash involving two motorists, though no serious injuries were reported. With an active warrant, he now faces additional charges, including DUI and fleeing. On June 27, 2023, Trooper Daniel Walcott observed a silver Ford Mustang with expired tags and no insurance. When he activated lights and siren, the driver, Joshua Scott Denham, accelerated eastbound on Scotland Formosa Road, reaching speeds of 103 miles per hour, while weaving into oncoming traffic and driving recklessly, creating serious danger. Trooper Walcott maintained pursuit as the situation escalated. As Denham approached Highway 336, the trooper identified a safe opportunity and executed a controlled pit maneuver. The impact disabled the Mustang, bringing the high-speed pursuit to an immediate end. Denham was taken into custody at the scene without further incident. A search of the vehicle revealed approximately 24 grams of methamphetamine, a burned glass pipe with residue, and a small scale, indicating possible distribution activity. The patrol vehicle sustained only minor damage from the pit.
You ain't gonna have to worry about me.
You already ran from me, you understand that?
I do understand you. I understand you 100%.
Further investigation showed Denham had a suspended license due to a prior DUI drug conviction. He was read his Miranda rights and transported to the Van Buren County Detention Center. He now faces multiple charges, including possession with intent to distribute, fleeing, reckless driving, and other traffic violations. In Southfield, Michigan, around 3 a.m. on July 1st, 2025, a 911 call alerted police to two men stealing tires from a Ford F-150. The suspects fled in a rented Chrysler Pacifica, often used to transport stolen parts. Officers pursued as the van sped through neighborhoods before crashing into a patrol vehicle, injuring two officers.
Subject failing on foot.
We're continuing towards Washington. Go southbound Washington. Southbound Washington.
The driver, 31-year-old Trajan Makia, fled on foot and jumped into a nearby pond in an attempt to escape. When officers positioned themselves on the opposite bank, he re-entered the water and tried to swim away, but soon surrendered. His accomplice, 51-year-old Prince Madison, was located hiding inside the vehicle. Both suspects, who have prior felony records, were arrested and charged with larceny from a motor vehicle. Makia also faces fleeing and eluding charges. Bail was set, and both are required to wear GPS monitoring devices if released. On April 10, 2018, police attempted to stop Cody Davis for multiple traffic violations. However, Davis refused to pull over. Knowing he was in possession of several illegally owned firearms, his decision triggered a dangerous high-speed pursuit through public streets. During the chase, Davis showed complete disregard for public safety. He rammed vehicles out of his way, drove on the wrong side of the road, and even threw a stolen firearm from his vehicle, which bounced across the pavement, creating further risk. The pursuit came to an end when Davis crashed into a pickup truck, causing his vehicle to flip and then collide with a parked car. The impact left the vehicle disabled, preventing any further attempt to flee. Officers quickly surrounded the wreck and took Davis into custody without further incident. He was later sentenced to 10 years in prison for multiple offenses, including weapons violations, reckless driving, and fleeing from law enforcement, highlighting the serious consequences of dangerous decisions made during high-speed pursuits. On March 29, 2026, at approximately 12:32 a.m., a dark SUV fleeing North Little Rock Police on I-40 entered Military Drive near Burns Park. The driver ignored multiple hazards, accelerating recklessly, swerving across double yellow lines, and moving toward oncoming traffic. Troopers initiated tactical interventions to stop the vehicle. An initial attempt to block the SUV failed as the driver braked and swerved to avoid being stopped, even striking a road sign before continuing at high speed. Moments later, a controlled pit maneuver was executed. The patrol unit contacted the SUV's rear quarter, forcing it to spin and come to a stop several hundred feet away. The vehicle sustained disabling damage, bringing the pursuit to an end. Both occupants were removed and taken into custody without further incident. A search revealed an AR-style pistol inside the vehicle. The driver was transported to jail and faces felony fleeing along with multiple traffic violations. On October 28, 2022, the Wawaossa Police Department arrested 6 individuals following a retail theft and high-speed vehicle pursuit. The vehicle had already been linked to an earlier armed carjacking, raising the urgency of the situation as officers began tracking it.
All right, they're getting out. They hit a vehicle in the lot. Boy William, fire 3257. I'm in pursuit. Going past the front entrance of Home Depot here.
The suspects, believed to be juveniles, had stolen tools such as screwdrivers and gloves from a Home Depot store before attempting to take another vehicle. When officers moved in, the group fled, initiating a high-speed pursuit through nearby streets.
They're going back south. Back south, they're going to go out the wrong way on Capitol. Going through the grass to Capitol. Right on them. They're looking to go east, across all traffic. Stand by, they're going west. Coming up to 100, speeds 85, lane 1. Light traffic, no pedestrians.
To reduce the risk, officers deployed a tire deflation device, successfully damaging the vehicle's tires and limiting its ability to continue at high speed. The suspect vehicle eventually lost control and was involved in a minor crash, bringing the pursuit to an end.
9-3, south on 9-3. All right, we corrected ourselves. Still northbound from Congress. I'm right on them. Left side tires look down, rear bumper's falling off. Black Hyundai Sonata, stolen vehicle. Attempted to steal another in our city. Northbound coming up to Hampton. A lot of smoke coming from the vehicle. Speed's about 80, light traffic.
Use caution, it was used in a carjacking in Brown Deer.
All right, we lost a tire here at Hampton. 45 miles an hour. All right, they just got...
All 6 individuals were taken into custody without further incident, and no injuries were reported. The case highlights how coordinated tactics can safely resolve dangerous situations while minimizing harm to the public and officers involved. On April 10, 2018, police attempted to stop Cody Davis for multiple traffic violations. However, Davis refused to pull over. Knowing he was in possession of several illegally owned firearms, his decision triggered a dangerous high-speed pursuit through public streets. During the chase, Davis showed complete disregard for public safety. He rammed vehicles out of his way, drove on the wrong side of the road, and even threw a stolen firearm from his vehicle, which bounced across the pavement, creating further risk. The pursuit came to an end when Davis crashed into a pickup truck, causing his vehicle to flip and then collide with a parked car. The impact left the vehicle disabled, preventing any further attempts to flee. Officers quickly surrounded the wreck and took Davis into custody without further incident. He was later sentenced to 10 years in prison for multiple offenses, including weapons violations, reckless driving, and fleeing from law enforcement. In Rotterdam, a delivery van was stolen by a courier who quickly fled the scene, leading officers on a dangerous pursuit through public roads, bike paths, and even a parking lot. Determined to prevent further risk, officers followed closely as the suspect drove recklessly, at one point steering onto a bike path and narrowly avoiding a group of students. The situation remained volatile as the suspect continued to evade, showing little regard for public safety. Officers maintained pursuit while carefully navigating the environment to avoid unnecessary harm to pedestrians and other road users. The chase ended when the 30-year-old suspect lost control and ended up in the water. Officers quickly pulled him out and took him into custody. He was later sentenced to 195 days in prison, with 90 days suspended and 2 years of probation. Despite multiple opportunities, he never explained his motive for stealing the van. On the evening of January 24, 2025, in Atlanta, Georgia, the city's usually calm Peachtree Street became the backdrop for a thrilling police pursuit. The Atlanta Police Department's ACE unit, working alongside the aviation unit, tracked a stolen vehicle racing through the streets, transforming an ordinary night into a cinematic chase.
Go get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. All right, 5056. GSP's gonna be in pursuit of that vehicle. He's about.
All right, we're overhead.
Pushing towards Peachtree.
I got eyes on the canine. I'm looking for Buddy here. All right, I got him. We're running northbound, 37 Standish Avenue, running northbound. Next cross, it's going to be off of Peachtree and Standish. Currently running through a parking lot.
The pursuit reached its climax when the suspects ditched the vehicle and attempted to flee on foot. A K-9 unit was deployed, and the aerial team maintained a constant visual, directing ground officers with precision.
Get the fuck out! Get on the ground! Get the fuck out of the stomach, right now!
Alright, I got eyes on the canine. I'm looking for Buddy here.
Shut the fuck up!
Alright, I got him. We're running north. Running back westbound towards Standish Avenue.
One suspect, realizing escape was futile, surrendered quickly. Meanwhile, the other two tried to evade capture by hiding inside a trash can, a bold but ultimately useless move.
I got one of them jumping in a dumpster here, 1720.
Out! Get out! Get out! On the ground! Hurry the fuck up! On the ground! On the ground!
Kobe Johnson, Alonzo Longmire, and Keontae Hurd were arrested and charged with entering an auto, burglary, and criminal trespass. Officers recovered 2 firearms, a service belt, and various stolen items. The investigation remains ongoing.
Get on the ground!
On the ground!
The dumpster.
Get on the ground!
Hands up. He's complying with orders.
Hey, hold on. Hey, have him come back to us.